Nobody's even in this.
I know.
Can you hear us, Addie?
Yeah.
Hold on. Dave and I, we gotta stop talking bad about you.
Oh, whatever. There's nothing ever to say bad about me.
I can't wait for birthday dinners.
Oh my gosh. This is gonna
Brandon,
be. Oh, Addie's birthday is next weekend.
Woo!
Brandon, are
Birthday
you
dinners
coming?
ready.
Are you coming this weekend to the race?
No, I'm stuck here. Aubrey will be there.
All right. Awesome.
We're driving. We're driving, so excuse our lack of picture and
No
all
worry.
that. We're on our way back from track practice.
It's a puppy dog. Hey, Bruno. Oh, there's Bruno. There's Bruno. All right. We should have 7 racers. Um, Sam can't attend. She's got a study session. We've got Emily, Alexa, Sam. Come on, Sarah, you can do this. No, no, juniors. Emily, Alexa, Sam, and not Mackenzie. I just looked through your guys' names. Why is my brain farting?
Ava.
Ava, Sam, Alexa, Emily, Addie, Kayla, Eve. Okay. So we're missing Emily, Sam is unavailable, and Eve because I see, yes, there's 4. There's 4 of you on here. I can count my screen. Hi, everybody. It only took me 2 minutes to figure out who was supposed to be here. That's the impressive part. All right. Mike, do we have Kayla?
She is at swim at the moment, but I'm picking her up in a few.
Okay, and we're recording this. All right, Addie, leave your screen on, please. All right. So we just do these with screens on and attentive and paying attention and everything, and then we record it so that our teammates can watch it in a little bit. All right. Addie, how was your day today?
Busy.
Busy.
I have a lot of homework.
Okay. All right. Well, we won't take too long. What was your favorite part about today so far?
Um, Spanish class because it was easy.
Good answer. Alexa, what was your favorite part about today so far?
Oh, I went to lunch with my boyfriend.
You what?
I went to lunch with my boyfriend.
Ooh, fun. Alexa's boyfriend surprised her at the race on Sunday. That was so nice. That's awesome. All right. Ava, what was your favorite part about today so far?
All at my tennis banquet. I was only there for like an hour, but we ate food.
Nice. You had a banquet for your tennis. That's awesome. So the season must be officially over, yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Good. Well, congratulations. Okay. Now you can go from being a 4-sport athlete to a 3-sport athlete. I am going to do a little. Come on, Sarah, you know how to do this. Share this one, share, and we'll talk a little bit about our schedule for the weekend, okay? Um, it's Richmond. Um, let's see. Of the people on here, I believe Alexa is the only one that hasn't gone. Has Kayla raced in Richmond? Kayla's raced in Richmond, Ava's raced in Richmond, Addie's raced in Richmond, Sam's raced in Richmond. Eve's raced in Richmond. All right, Alexa, so this is a new one for you. All right, so we'll go through the course map and stuff in a little bit. Most of you are traveling there on Friday. So as usual, travel to Richmond and get settled. The only thing that's not optional that day is doing what's on your TP. Okay, some of you have some stuff because you're traveling in the afternoon, like Addie has swim practice in the morning. Some of you have other stuff like a post-dinner walk. But get your training peaks done on that day. All right. Saturday, May 4th by 8 a.m. I want you guys done with your pre-race run if it's on your schedule. Try and get that done in the morning so that we're practicing waking up early. At 11:30, we're going to arrive to race venue with your suit on or an old suit, whatever you're comfortable wearing. It does not have to be your race suit. It can be a swimsuit, it can be an old racing kit, whatever. But having your wetsuit ready and available. We're assuming that this is going to be a wetsuit swim. It usually is. And we're looking at a little raininess possibly on the weekend. So race day is a little bit cool. So I'm recommending that people bring their parkas and boots or something warm to put your feet into after you get out of the water on race morning, to make sure that you stay warm for the 10 minutes from clearing the swim and getting to the start. So packing is going to be pretty important before we go to this race. It might even be a little cool and rainy on our Saturday. So sweatshirts are going to be super handy. Make sure that you bring your wetsuit. At 12, the swim course preview starts. We're going to be in the water and getting that done ASAP. Pay attention to me. We'll be doing similar warm-up that we always do. Swim a lap of the course, practice some exits, practice some starts, do a couple pickups. But as you know, how your race goes is based on how your swim is. So we really want to make sure that the day before and the morning of the race, pre-race warm-up, includes a lot of swimming so that we're ready to rock and roll. I wrote 1 p.m. for bike course preview, but to be honest, that's just going to be whenever we're ready to go. So obviously, when you arrive to the venue, you're going to make sure that you have your swimsuit on and your bike stuff in your bag and your bike and your shoes and your helmet and all that stuff. Do a bit of a bike course preview, check out that course. And then as always, 6 p.m. team dinner. Ooh, I wasn't supposed to do that. 6 p.m. team dinner, bring takeout of your choice at a location, one of the hotels, to be determined. So Bartling family, you guys haven't done this yet. Instead of going to a restaurant and waiting and having to choose a food place that everybody likes, we all just, since COVID, it's so easy to take out from everywhere. So that's made it super simple. Everybody gets whatever their hearts desire. And then we meet up at one of the hotels and chill in the lobby and have team dinner. At team dinner, we'll go through everybody's pre-race little chats with me. We'll spend 5 to 10 minutes talking about the next day. And after course preview, if you have any questions or concerns or anything that you want to talk about with me, make sure that you bring those up ASAP. All right. Race day on Sunday is going to be a little simpler for us because we only have junior girls and youth girls. Neither of our big team of men are coming to the race. So we have no Julian and no Leo. So we're just going to be there for the girls' races, and that'll be awesome. Unfortunately, that does mean that I have to get up early for our junior girls. So there's your start time, junior ladies, and there's 4 of you in that, and you're at 7 a.m. Here we've already gone through that. The other thing I should have written is that when we're at swim and bike course preview, you guys need to go pick your packets up, and your parents can go do that when we're swimming and biking. Hey, Mike Burrell, since you're on here paying attention, when you pick Kayla's up, can you grab Emily's for me? Because I'm going to be busy, and then just make sure that I get it for her in the morning.
Will do.
Thank you. Here is the junior elite schedule. This is Alexa, Sam, Emily, and Ava. Ava, you aged up. It's hard for me to remember that you're a junior. So 5:45 in the morning is when your transition area opens. So you need to go backwards from there and make sure that all of your warm-up and everything is done ahead of time. Because at 6:15 in the morning, Ava, where are we going to be?
Swim course, like getting in the water.
You are going to be getting in the water, not walking down to the swim course, not, oh, I need to put my wetsuit on, not, oh, I need to go to the bathroom. Well, I mean, if you need to, then go do that. But at 6:15, we're getting in the water. Alexa, and then any of you that don't remember this, you will not have your swim cap or your timing chip until you walk down past the little tent on the way to the water. So don't panic. You can totally leave, the SLAP area and go to the water without your timing chip or your swim cap because you'll pass a little check-in tent on the way down to the water and they'll hand that to you based on the numbers on your arm and everything. 6:15, we're in the water. 6:45, it doesn't matter. The transition closes because we're all done with that. You're going to be out of the water at 6:50. They're going to be staging you in line. This is where we get cold. This is where we're in cold water. We're all wet. We do have our wetsuit on. We're standing around, but this is where we get cold, especially early in the morning. So a parka, something on your feet to keep them warm is really, really important here so that we don't just get tight and cold and all of those things. 7 a.m. off you go, 8:15 awards. Moving on, we'll just be chillaxing during the boys race. Moving to our youth elite girls, 8:15 your transition area opens, which means you need to go backwards from there and make sure that you have all of your warm-up stuff done ahead of time. Because, Addie, where are you going to be at 9:15 in the morning?
Swim in the water.
Yes. By 9:16, you're in the water with your wetsuit on. All right. Doesn't matter. The transition closes because we're done. You're going to be out of the water at 9:50, starting at 10 a.m. Awesome. Same kind of thing. If it's cold and rainy, you're going to want to be warm and protected. And that's a reminder also to our parents that it's going to be cold and rainy. So we need to pack appropriately. Rain jackets, umbrellas, shoes that can get wet and be, comfortable for the day. All right. And that's also a reminder to me to do that. We're going to go through our pre-race day notes again. If you're flying, as soon as you land, make sure you open up your bike, check it, make sure that everything's good. If it's not too late, build your bike as soon as you get to the hotel room so that if issues arise, you can get them taken care of straight away. If you don't know what to do, start with a text to me and I'll be able to start helping. Pre-race day, this is Friday and Saturday. Always have a water bottle with you and make sure that there's some kind of sports drink with electrolytes inside of it. And then, of course, my request is that we act like a team. We're on time for things that like race previews and meetings. You listen to my instructions and you execute training as a team. Who else is on here? Alexa, what cap are we wearing when we're doing swim course preview the day before?
SLAP cap.
Good job. Yes, a nice green SLAP cap. Especially on Saturday, we're going to reduce our veggie intake and have not too much fiber at lunch and dinner, the night and noon before the race. Don't be hungry at any point in time on Friday and Saturday. I'll be bringing the SLAP snack bag up. But of course, you can always pack food for yourself that you like. Make sure that you're not hungry. And then again, we go back to my college coach's advice. Walk instead of run, sit instead of standing, and lie down instead of sitting. Anytime you can take a rest and get off your feet, take advantage of it. On Saturday, I like to have everyone's timeline texted to me before 6 p.m. dinner, so that when we have our little pre-race chats, we can go over those timelines. Race day before the race, obviously your timeline does need to include what time you're eating breakfast, after what time your alarm goes off. For my junior girls, since that's so early in the morning, even if you're not hungry, it's hard to eat, at 4 a.m. when you're waking up. Just take small bites over the course of an hour. Carry a a bar or a snack with you as you wake up, as you get ready, as you drive to the race course. As long as you're snacking on something, then you're going to be good to go. With a 7 a.m. start time, it's not like you're going to be super hungry ahead of time. For my 9 a.m. girls, was it 9 a.m.? 10 a.m. race start. You guys definitely need to get breakfast in. Pack post-race recovery food and drink. Look for something high in protein. Make sure that you have something like a breakfast or a lunch for afterwards when you finish racing. When you get to the race site, I want tattoos on. I want hair already done. I don't want any of these things happening at the race. And I want your race suit on. We're not running around looking to try and find a bathroom or a portalet to put our race suit on. We're going to have that done before you get to the race. That timeline that you wrote and sent to me and we went over ahead of time, stick to it. That's literally the one reason that we do it ahead of time. All right. It isn't to follow someone else's timeline when we get to the race. So don't wait on teammates. Don't wait on parents. Don't wait on me. Just stick to your timeline and get stuff done. All right. We're acting professional and responsible for ourselves. So get stuff done. This is your race. Please limit your social time before the race so that you're not distracted and tired. You can be as social as you want with all your race friends afterwards. Honor all the hard work that you've done and execute a smart race. Okay, be professional. We talk about that. And then cheer for all of your teammates in the other race, which I don't know if the youth girls will be there in time for the junior girls race, but our junior girls can hang around and give a big cheer for our youth girls afterwards. All right. And during the race, be confident, be tough. Okay. Bring your attitude, bring your race mode attitude into the race. Take charge. And then always expect things to not go to plan. All right. But have a toolkit, have a plan of how to solve things when they don't go according to plan. All right. That's what we practice in all of our training sessions. Talking through the race, I'm going to glance through. We might look at the race course in a second. But Addie, what's the swim like? Give me a 3-sentence description, please.
There's a fountain in the middle of the swim. There's
One
it's
sentence.
kind of shallow at some parts, like it's a little rocky, like near where you're getting out, but like a little earlier, so watch out for that. And then there's a lot of goose poop.
Thank you for an excellent description of the race course. Looking
Yeah.
at it from my perspective, I want everybody to remember that it's a really long straight line to that first buoy. So even if you have a good or bad number, which has been sent out in email, so everybody should be able to look up their number. It doesn't matter. It's a nice long straight line to that first buoy, so it doesn't matter really where we start. T1, long, narrow, twisty run, enough time to get the top of your wetsuit off before you get to your bike. Let's go with Ava. What do you remember about this bike course? Don't take a bite right when I'm going to ask you a question. Talk me through 3 sentences about the bike course.
If it rains, it's very slippery.
Lots of paint.
Um,
We'll reduce tire pressure if it's wet. Yep.
there's lots of turns and like sharp turns, and there's speed bumps.
Okay. Yeah. Good point. Good. Awesome. Good 3 sentences there on that. Thank you very much. So as I've noted, stay in the front 1/3 of your pack. Okay. Ava said slippery when wet. Ava said lots of turns, and she said speed bumps. Those are a lot of technical things. So we want to make sure that we're always near the front of our pack. If it's small, if it's 5 or less, it's okay to not have to be in the front, but definitely staying up near the front and less likely to go down in any of those situations. All right. Look through the corners and remember to downshift, which means going into an easier gear before the 180 so that you're able to turn around and get riding again. And just a quick reminder, out of the 180 is an uphill, so you don't want to be in too hard of a gear. We've talked a lot about coming into T2 at the front of your group, being the first to dismount and therefore being the first to start running. That can be a 10 to 15 second difference of your run just by having to head out on the run first. So that's a really good way to shave some time off your race. In the run, stay in control of your pace and your effort on the first half. This is a challenging run course. It's downhill on the way out, it's uphill on the way back. So on the second half of your race, whether you have a one loop youth or a two loop juniors, pick people off on the second half of the race. When they're getting tired, that's when you go for it. All right? Race to the finish. Every single place higher is a place closer to qualifying to nationals. Now that this is the second cup race, we've already had 15 qualify for nationals. You never know what place you're in regarding qualifying for nationals until we find those invites afterwards. So race to the finish line every single time. After the race, I want everybody to do a 1 mile cool down jog or a 10-minute trainer spin. That is completely your choice. Make sure that you eat your post-race snack or meal. Try and do that within 30 minutes. Get out there and cheer for all of your teammates. Get loud, be on the sidelines. You know how much it motivates you when your teammates are cheering for you, so try and do the same thing. Most of us will be heading home on Sunday, so let's prioritize hydration and having a nutritious meal after the race during our travel home. And then if you arrive home late, get to bed ASAP because you have school the very next day. Post-race day, which is Monday, please, I want you to spend some time actually thinking back through your whole race and be honest with your self-assessment. Okay? Ask yourself if you're happy, if you're satisfied with what you did in every situation, or if there was an opportunity to be better in the future. And then spend some quality time writing your post-race report afterwards. All right? I didn't ask anybody about the run course because we only technically have, there's an Eve or a Kate on here. So let's see. Addie, we'll go back to you. Tell me 3 sentences about the run course
Uh, um,
in a positive mindset.
I know I'm thinking. I don't really remember the run
You don't
course.
remember the run?
All I remember is there's like a bridge you have to go over. You go by the swim start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you do.
There's a lot of turns at transition or like near transition and like near the finish line, and the finish line is a little like a downhill turn. So like if it's wet, don't fall. I almost
Yeah.
fell last year.
Yeah, you got to coming in hot.
The U-turn at the very end, like the 180, is like you turn around and you go right up a hill. So
It is. It's a little bit of a hilly course. All right, I've only spent 22 minutes, so I'm going to be super quick here. And I'm going to share this one, share. So now we're looking at the athlete guide, which Alexa, you and your family could do with maybe printing this out or going through it or having it nice and handy so that when you get up there on Friday, you can drive the course and go check out the area. This is an overview of the transition area. And the big thing to point out, Ava, how many times do we bike through transition area in Richmond?
Is it every time or is it no? No times.
None, no times. Exactly. Yep. Good. So unlike the Claremont race, Alexa, you won't be biking through where your racks are. You're going to be staying out here on the road. All right. And only on after the 4th loop are you going to turn in and dismount and go into where your bike is. All right. This is where the swims get out. And remember I said there's a twisty turny little sidewalk between the buildings. And then you come up here and you run into your transition. Swim course, the juniors are red and the youth are yellow. There's those fountains in the middle. And like I said, what is the first, swim is a nice, long, super straight line before you get to any first turn buoy. Yes, Alexa, it is a bridge, a walking bridge that you can swim, that you will swim under. And if your parents walk fast after the start, they can get down there and stand on it while you swim underneath. So it's a really cool one. My youth, you guys just turn around and head into that swim exit. Bike course, the best way to describe it, they do a good example here. The bike course is a backwards B shape. So Alexa, transition is right up here. You're going to bike out. You're going to go downhill, uphill. You're going to pass by this, turn, little couple turns. Where are those speed bumps, you guys? I think they're back here on this back road, is what I remember. Here's sort of the most sketchiest bit. We head downhill and nice into a 180, which is where you don't want to carry too much speed. And then we come uphill out of that 180. So this is where we really want to be smart about what gear we're in when we're going into that turn so that we have plenty of spin in our bike to get up that hill. A couple speed bumps back here. Remember, you don't turn into transition. You just head around and you do another backwards B.
And there's hay bales on every turn.
Okay, well, explain what that means, Addie.
When people they have hay bales on the dangerous turns, so if people crash, they crash into the hay bales.
There. It's not like you have to ride over a hay bale. The whole point of the hay bale is to not need them. Yes, but they make for good decoration. Okay, here we go. We've come into transition off of this road. We've dismounted. We've gone through transition. Now we're heading out on the run. It's downhill, uphill, downhill, maybe downhill, uphill. You're going to run right past the swim start right here, uphill back here, turn around for our juniors and head back around and do that again. So pretty simple. Also convenient for us spectators and coaches and parents to run back and forth and see you in plenty of places. All right. Aid stations have Gatorade and water. So if you need anything to drink, it's out there. All right. So we're going to do stop share. And then I've only got I think I've got Kate. I think I've got Eve on here. Do we have Eve on this call? Or do we just have a parent?
Yes, yes, but we're
having a little bit of.
our connection's been pretty unstable.
No problem. Let's start with Eve. Eve, what is one positive thing that you want to think about and want your teammates to think about the race this weekend? Just anything. You've done this race. What's a positive thing that we can work on our mindset?
I've never done the draft legal.
Okay. That's okay.
But I really don't remember this course.
No, not specifically
So it's hard
about
for me.
not specifically about the course. What's something positive mindset that we can have for this weekend?
That we've done it all before.
Good. I love that. Thank you very much. That's great. That's great. Addie, you're up next. What's something positive that we can work on our mindset this weekend? And then Ava, and then Alexa.
That our practices have been much harder than this course, so it's not a problem, especially hog pen.
I love it. I love it. We practice hard so that the races are easy. And Eve's, we've done all this before. Really good idea. Ava, what's a positive mindset that we can bring to the team this weekend?
That this is so much easier than the race we just did. We actually can draft now. It had a full-on ocean swim.
And a hurricane bike ride.
At least you had a swim.
No.
No, St. Anthony's.
Oh, St. Anthony's.
We didn't
at least
have to
you can draft. Well, you know
Yeah.
what? This one's going to be easier than Texas as well.
At least the bike's not going to be boring.
Good. I like it. And Alexa, what is a positive mindset that this team can bring together?
That the finish line will be there eventually.
Every second, you're closer to the finish line. I like it. Those are very, very good. I love it. I love it, ladies. So it's a ladies only weekend in Richmond. I think we should leave all the dads home. No, we need somebody to take care of the bikes for us. So we're gonna go up to Richmond. We're gonna have a lot of fun. I fly early Saturday morning. I think my flight is at 6:20 and I'm landing a little after 8 a.m. in the morning. So I'll just be meeting everybody down there at the race site at 11:30. So I want you guys to be done with your morning session beforehand and be down at the race site, and off we go, ready to go. Before we sign off, does anybody have any questions or concerns that we want to talk about ahead of time? Ava.
Is it like positive that it's gonna be like last year?
Like
Because
what?
like the weather. I looked like a week ago, and it was only like 20% chance of rain on race day.
Mhm.
It's 40 now.
The high is 80 and the low is like 40 or something for the weekend,
no.
or like 50.
40?
That's
The
what it
high
said, 50.
Oh my
on
gosh.
on race morning for the junior girls, it's going to be 59 degrees.
Oh, that's not bad.
Girl, at least you don't have to race then.
And then
I'd rather race then.
it
I
only
like
warms up to 72. So it's not going to do a lot of super warming up at this point in time. It's a 52% chance of rain on Saturday, which is when we're going to be out practicing. So again, rain jackets, low tire pressure, change of clothes, warm parkas, all of these things are super important. And then 43% chance the next day. So it doesn't matter. We live in Florida. We've done plenty of riding in rain and cold and bad weather. We're just going to take what the day gives us. All right. I mean, Ava, to be honest, I don't even know if it's wetsuit legal, but I'm just assuming since it's still pretty chilly up there. Okay. It could not be wetsuit legal, but we're going to be prepared and bring what with us? Our wetsuits. Good. Anybody have any other questions, comments, or concerns? Good. Good. Awesome. Ladies and dads, have a wonderful evening. I'll see you all soon.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.